Hi, folks. Welcome to week number 7 of Interpersonal Communications Online for summer of 2013. We are now officially in the home stretch. We have this week coming up, which is July 15th through the 21st, and then just one more week after that, week number 8. So just to kind of give you an update here as far as what needs to be completed before the end of the semester. This week, week number 7, you have discussion posting number 4 that is due, and 2 responses to classmates that are due on Monday, July 15th. Again, I'm really encouraging you to go back and just kind of refresh in your mind the grading requirements for the discussion posting. In this last one that I looked at, which was discussion posting number 3, which was you either could do the love style quiz in the book, or you could do the love languages quiz online. Folks, you did a great job of taking the quiz and then processing through, why you agreed with the results or didn't agree with the results. Did you feel they were true? But a couple of you did forget that you need to then make sure that you come back to the textbook, find related concepts, and then actually analyze your experience using concepts from the textbook. And remember, if you're shooting for an A in your discussion postings, you do need to have 4 textbook concepts applied in your writing with definitions and page numbers. So don't forget about that. This is our last discussion posting that's due on Monday, July 15th. So I do want you to just get as many points as you possibly can and finish strong with those discussion postings. Another quick note on discussion postings is remember to, when you're responding to your classmates, that your responses need to be 50 to 75 words in order to earn points. So do a quick word count and just make sure that you are on track for that. Okay, so this week, week number 7, you have discussion posting number 4 that's due on Monday, July 15th, and then you have 2 quizzes. You have quiz number 10 and number 11 that are due by Friday, July 19th at 11:59. Again, remember, folks, if you want to work ahead on those quizzes, I encourage you to do that. So feel free to, even go ahead and finish up through the end of the semester and get those all done. If you notice, though, what I have up on the screen for today's video is your intercultural film analysis assignment. And this is not due until next week, which is week number 8 on Friday, July 26th. But this assignment is your capstone or your final project for our course. And so I know some of you want to get started early. And matter of fact, I really encourage you to get started early. This assignment does take a little bit longer to complete. Now keep in mind that kind of the thinking and the rationale behind this assignment is that we don't do a final exam. This is considered kind of the comprehensive capstone project. This is your chance to demonstrate how much you have learned throughout the semester. And what we're using is a film analysis format that asks you to watch a film and then to analyze that film, applying concepts from our course. So if you look under the directions, step number 1 is to choose a video from the list. And the list I have up for this semester is The King's Speech, The Help, Lars and the Real Girl, Whip It, and Precious. All 5 of these films kind of deal with some sort of intercultural communication. They all have lots and lots of wonderful, vivid examples of interpersonal communication. The King's Speech, I know this was very popular, won quite a few awards. Even think it was Film of the Year in 2010. So it's wonderful. The Help is also very good. Lars and the Real Girl is a little bit older movie. It's about 6 years old. Very quirky, very different, but again, perfect for our course. Whip It is very good as well. Precious is a fascinating movie. But I will tell you this one, folks, if you've got young children, please, I would not encourage you to share the Precious film with young children. There's a lot of language and some violence, some interpersonal violence. So it's an amazing film that will really make you think and is a wonderful film to do for this assignment. Again, my only caution is that it does have some language and it does have some interpersonal violence in it. Okay, so first of all, choose the film. I do recommend that you watch the film at least a couple of times. If you've seen the film before, it might be easy to jump right in and start your analysis. If you've not seen the film, I really recommend that you watch it once just to kind of enjoy it, get the idea of the plot of the film, then go back a second time and watch it to actually create your analysis. If you're not familiar with these films, I would encourage you to use International Movie Database, imdb.com. And just check it out. They'll have plot lines, they'll have all sorts of information about the film so that you can kind of check them out before you choose to watch one. All 5 of these films, we do have a copy in both libraries, both Eden Prairie and Brooklyn Park Library, and I think they do allow you to check them out for a day or two, so you certainly can do that. Some of these also you can catch on HBO or Netflix or those other places as well. Okay, so choose the film that you'd like to do. Then step 2 is to write a 4 to 5 page double-spaced analysis paper that includes a minimum of 1 concept from each of these 6 areas. So there are 6 areas that you have to analyze. You have to analyze relationships, perception, nonverbal, language, listening, and communication competence. And you just have to have 1 concept from each of those areas. Now, you may have many more. You may have 2 or 3 concepts from relationships, 2 or 3 from perception, a couple from language. You can have you can spread them out how you want, but you are required to have a minimum of 1 concept from each of those 6 areas. So there is no need to provide a film or plot summary. I've watched all 5 of these films multiple times, so I'm very familiar with the plot summary. Please do not go online and use information from International Movie Database, IMDb, or Rotten Tomatoes, or any of those other kind of film review sites. You don't need to do that, and if you do that and you don't cite it, it's plagiarism and you will fail for this assignment. So please don't feel like you need outside sources. The only source that you need in order to do a fabulous job on this paper is your textbook. I do have occasionally throughout this semester, I'll have a student who does take information from IMDb or a film review site, and they don't cite it and they wind up failing. So please don't do that. Use your own insights and analysis for this assignment. I do want you to follow the guidelines for college level writing. Do include a thesis statement, do have full paragraphs, do have transitions between your paragraphs, start with an introductory paragraph, close with a paragraph. So I am looking for, this is a large capstone project. This is worth 50 points. So I am looking for a full college level essay analysis paper. So here's what you need to do. It's kind of a 3-step approach. You've been doing this all semester long in your discussion postings and in your 2 paired interviews, so this shouldn't be new. We've kind of been practicing all semester. But what you want to do is first identify an example from the film, briefly describe the scene, then cite a text example that relates to this film example, making sure to include the text definition and page number, and then analyze that film example using the information from our textbook. This demonstrates that you understand the concept, and then you can demonstrate how it relates to the film example. And again, folks, it's really important to include your own insights and thoughts on how this concept that we've learned about, how you now know about. For example, you now understand this whole idea of communication competence. And so now then as you look at this example, you say, wow, this is a great example of how someone is unconsciously competent, and here's why I think they're unconsciously competent, or whatever. So you're actually analyzing the film example using text information and showing that you understand the text information. Important note, please do highlight the related course concept, definition, and page number in bold or in a different color, or include a glossary list at the end of your paper. And if you're doing that, if you're including all of your, and this assignment does ask for 10 to 12 examples from the film and 10 to 12 concepts, so that can get kind of a little blocky in your writing. perfectly fine to do a glossary list at the end of your paper. Just make sure that you're still bolding when you use the concept, when you apply the concept in your writing as well. Okay, so if you are shooting for an A, folks, here's what you're going to have. You are going to have 10 to 12 clearly referenced examples from the film. No need to put in, exactly where it appears in the film. Just describe the example, and I'll be able to figure it out. And then apply 10 to 12 concepts, making sure, again, that you have one concept from each of these 6 areas up here included in that 10 to 12 concepts from our textbook. And then again, the real important piece is that your analysis fully demonstrates an understanding and ability to apply the course knowledge. Not enough just to say this is an example of communication competence. You need to take it to that next analysis step and say why, in your own thoughts and your own ideas, why does communication competence relate to this specific example from the film? And just, again, making sure that your paper is free of grammar or mechanical errors. Really, folks, if I've been commenting through the semester that you have grammar or mechanical errors, please make sure that you get your paper done in enough time to use the Learning Resource Center. They are wonderful. They have seen this assignment from my students many, many, many times. They're familiar with the assignment. They can be extremely helpful as you're putting together your final paper. This paper does require that you use thesis statement, full paragraph transitions, introductory and closing paragraphs, and some of you might not have had the opportunity to do that kind of writing before, so this is a great opportunity to get into the Writing Center and help them and have them help you put together a college level essay paper. So this is our final assignment due on July 26th. So we really are, folks, down to the kind of final home stretch here. So just to recap again, week number 7, discussion posting number 4, and 2 responses to your classmates are due on Monday, July 15th. Quiz number 10 and 11 are to be completed by Friday, July 19th. By 11:59, and then week number 8 is our final week. Most of your time that week will be completing your intercultural filming analysis assignment that's due on Friday the 26th. So I encourage you to get a good early start on your film analysis assignment. Hang in there, folks. You are doing a great job. We're in the home stretch, and like any strong race that is run, now is sprint time. Now is the time to really give it all you've got and finish strong for the semester. Please send me an email if you have any questions or concerns. Remember, I'm here to help. Take care, folks.